Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Did you guys see the news today?
Which news? About our favorite game?
He did see it.
It's one of my favorites, if you wanted to give
As of today, Multiversus is
Oh,
done.
yeah, that
It
was going to be what I was
closes
going to
down.
talk about.
Oh, man. I'm looking at all the characters. They look so sad.
Yeah.
As they should.
It cost them $200 million for this game. Like, it actually cost them that much money to make it.
And it
That's
bombed.
crazy. Yeah.
It's all licensing.
Yeah, man, they gotta
And
get
then
Jason
like,
Voorhees in there.
Well, they got to get Iron Giant in there, and then they got to take him out, and then they got to get him in, and then they got to take him out. I had fun
Man.
with that game a little bit, though.
Yeah, I remember us playing it. And then it came back out of beta, and like my character wasn't he was not the same. Like I could tell that they changed something.
You like to make people mad playing as Superman.
Yeah. Dude, it was so good. It was really fun. Just grab them, punch them, grab them again, punch them again, grab them one more time. Oh, they're dead.
That was not a fun character to play against.
No, it
I
wasn't.
hated Superman was the worst matchup for the Iron because you could just get dragged off the edge of the map.
Yep.
That was it.
I hated oh god, the guy with the backpack.
Finn.
Finn, yeah.
The human?
He was so annoying.
Well, there were some fun characters. LeBron was fun. The dog was fun. You could kill your friends with the dog. You could teleport him to you, pull him off like Final Fantasy.
Oh, right, yeah. God damn it.
Dude, run into a good Batman too. I remember that happening. Batman was always fun to fight, at least for me.
Yeah, because they had to try really hard. You know, like if they were good, they were trying real. It's like running into like a good ship. You know, like they're trying, they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of characters here that were just spam.
Yeah.
like half of them were just spam,
Like Superman.
like Superman, like Iron Giant, like Shaggy and Bugs Bunny and Taz. Yeah. Yuck. It took them way too long to fix the problem characters.
Yeah. And then also they re-released the game. There's some interesting things that they did that people weren't a fan of. Like making the screen super zoomed in. And the map smaller too was a weird one.
Oh well, that's done. Welcome to episode 50 of the Giant Only Crab podcast.
Hey.
I got no way to segue that, and we're just getting into it. I'm your host Fliz. I'm joined by these wonderful gentlemen. We got Tsun
Hey.
and Kylar
Hello.
and Strider. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just silence. How you guys doing today? What's good?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I spent like a ton of time this past week trying to find the box sets for Daggerheart. It took me like 6 hours of running around. And out of all the stores and everywhere that I went driving around, only one store had like the digital deluxe or not digital deluxe. I keep saying digital. The deluxe edition for it. And it was the last one they had. So, oh my gosh, that was a hunt.
I was looking at the rules and I was like, I think if I want to play this, which I'm still not sure I do. I think I want to go get the box set. And then I thought about calling around and then I didn't.
Yeah, you can.
I ain't even got the money to buy it. I'm good.
Having the rule books like nice to have to flip through real quick, but if we're just playing digitally, like it's not necessary at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's not necessary, but like as I'm reading the things and I'm like looking, I'm like used to, you know, I'm old school. I want to like go to the index and the glossary and find the page numbers and like I want to you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like yeah, I want that. I don't even play D&D. That's just how I would do the thing. Like my mind immediately was like, let's go do that thing. And
I mean,
scrolling or control Fing really wasn't. It's not the feeling. Is it control F? Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the find feature.
Yeah. Well, how was your day, Soon?
Not too bad. This morning was busy and then slowed down. And then I got home and passed out for a bit.
Wonderful. And Strider, yourself.
Dying in Night Rain.
Oh yeah, you've been playing that. You already did a full review. I kind of want to ask, like, without going into it too hard, like how is it? How is the real thing?
Hard. They've significantly stepped up the difficulty compared to the network
Oh,
test.
Oh, that's a good thing though, right? I guess unless you're playing with randoms all the time, that can be.
Are you playing with randoms or?
Yeah, I've been playing with randoms like with a good chunk of the games. But I've had 3 stacks. As long as you're pinging, it's usually pretty good. The big step up in difficulty comes from the Night Lords, like the buff they did to the Night Lords, because each fight is like has taken 6 to 8 minutes for the actual final fight itself. And like the thing with these is phase 1 is usually manageable from the Night Lords I've fought so far. Phase 2 turns everything into Promised Consort Radahn.
Oh,
They are raid bosses, difficult, and some of the crazy shit they do. Like
dang.
the most recent one that I'm currently like doing runs on trying to learn is during phase 2 is it just randomly will just drop a ion cannon laser on you. Because
Now, do you get to choose?
yeah, you choose. So once you beat the first Night Lord, the next 6 unlock, and you can queue for whichever ones you want in selecting multiple.
Oh, cool.
And then I think people are saying once you beat 4 in total, the 8th and final will unlock.
Nice.
And as you beat them, the big world events will unlock, which are called Shifting Earth events. And those are the big changes to the map. Like the first one you get after the first Night Lord is that a volcano opens up on the top like third of the map and completely changes the landscape. And each Shifting Earth event has a secret tied to it. Like there's a big reward for going and completing it, but I did not do that one yet because I'm still learning everything. Like trying
Is there any PvP?
No.
No.
I mean, this is
I was
like
gonna
a
say,
co-op game.
well, yeah, but when there's like a Fortnite-esque kind of situation, you'd expect. I know it's not that, but there's a ring that's closing, right? Like, and
Yeah, it's
Elden Ring.
It's the entire point, like incentivizing, like it's your time limit because otherwise you just do everything.
Is there like any PvP at all? Like, I know
No.
you don't have to, but
No.
Man, that'd be kind of fun. 3v3 PvP, maybe in the future.
I mean, that's what their other
Probably
game
not.
is going to be, supposedly.
Oh,
Oh, what is that?
Nightbloods or whatever.
Nightbloods. Okay. Duskbloods.
Dustbloods, I believe. Yeah,
Not remember.
that because it
it's
seems
on
like
the Switch. That's all I know.
the Switch 2.
Yep, Liz, get the number right.
No, I won't buy it anyway.
Whoa, they work hard on it.
That's nice. So, I guess we'll get into it. Well, before we do, go ahead and leave a like, maybe a comment or stars on whatever you're listening on this on. That's all. But as for the news, Kylar, what you got?
Ooh, okay. I got a couple things here. I was going to mention Multiversus, but we kind of went over that already. But on top of that,
stole it. I'm a thief.
You did. NetherRealm ends Mortal Kombat 1 support as they shift over their focus to their next project. So the game's still going to be online, but there will be no additional DLC or characters or anything that are going to add to the game.
Wait, so they're ending support like their latest one?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yes,
Yep,
that's
it
what
is.
they're
Yeah,
ending.
it's the latest
What
one.
the okay.
It's doing that terribly.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
Like
this
that's
is Warner
DNF
Bros.
Duel bad. Like that's
And that's like-
I think DNF Duel was still releasing characters.
That's a major franchise too.
DNF
Yeah.
Duel was under a contract with that they had to do to finish the season pass situation.
But
But-
still, it's Mortal Kombat. I grew up with Mortal Kombat. It can't be that bad.
Don't worry.
I need a Mortal Kombat professional to tell me why it's so terrible.
Oh, if Sleepy were here, he would know.
We would know.
He would know. Some people think though that they might be working on Injustice 3 and kind of take the back seat on Mortal Kombat. But yeah, one is not doing too hot, apparently.
It's crazy.
Dang. I love that Warner Bros. Solution to Mortal Kombat, according to some people, is let's dip into DC again. That's worked so well the past couple times.
It's all
Especially
they got.
when everything I've seen on Injustice is like the game was broken. You know? Like
Yeah.
there were infinite combos and unstoppable things, and some characters were just like, it was not. I mean, people played it tournament wise, but it wasn't like fair.
Shout outs to Superman with a dumpster being the top tier.
I thought it was Batman with a dumpster.
It was Superman, from what I understand, like pre-patch.
Was it?
Is because
Oh,
he could
'cause I
just
remember
he could loop you in, he could loop you with the dumpster and then force you into a 50-50 off of it, a true 50-50, or even worse.
that's what I thought.
It might have been a 30-30, 33-33-33.
I thought it was a Batman with the Batarang, and he'd throw the dumpster and then do the up Batarang, and
There
you
was
just
that
had
one
to, and the
too,
dumpster
yeah.
would catch you if you
There's
jumped, so
multiple?
you didn't have a choice. Yeah, there was multiple. Well, you think that'll work? Are we?
No.
Would you guys play Injustice if it came out? I don't think I would. I never liked the
No.
look of that game.
I'm good.
I like the concept of it, like what they did, like, but that's like I'm talking like story wise, like making Superman the villain is cool.
That seems to be the case for all the DC games. Like the good guys are now bad, and it's what was it? They were clones in Suicide Squad, or
Yeah,
something?
they were like
And then-
Brainiac clones that they pulled that twist. But the thing
or
is,
they're possessed, or they're
Yeah.
from the alternate realm,
and yeah, like all the actual heroes just hid.
they just aren't there.
No, they come in at the end. They're like, "We were laying low while you did this, so we could trick Brainiac or some stupid shit like that." I think it was.
I mean, to be fair, that's all the superhero content is. Oh no, this world-ending threat. Where's the characters that could end this right now? Oh, they're just off in space doing something else. Don't worry
Yeah.
about them. This is Spider-Man's problem.
They're over at
Like,
Malchior 7, dude.
I mean, hey man, all you need
Yeah.
is Apparently, you need a Spidey. He can do it.
Apparently,
He takes on all
Marvel.
teams and rivals.
Sick of that guy. I don't want to talk about it. I hate quick play.
Oh my god! I just realized with that new update today, there's no more symbiote team up.
Yep.
Bro,
Have you seen
what's happened?
the Jeff Storm team
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, I've seen that. The Sharknado.
I've seen it.
Have you seen the bug? Have you seen the bug with it?
No, I did not see there's a bug with it.
Yeah, there's a bug that makes
Uh-oh.
the Jeff can cancel his like the ult, but it still he gives him the ult properties. So he's CC immune. He might even flat out be immortal. I'm not certain, but he's like 3 times faster. He can use all of his abilities but his ult. And it's just apparently a bug with him initiating his part of it with storms. And the person who posted it was able to recreate it. So that's
Dang.
fun. Also,
yeah.
Apparently this fucking season is rough for tank mains, as the early impressions I saw. Because apparently a full team of flyers is a nightmare.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Liz, you say all the time there isn't a tank that can deal with flyers.
They won't come down.
Well, you know, there's Hulk, and that's pretty much it. And that's if it's not being janky and you can catch them. And even then, if they have healers, when I dive on Iron Man in the backline, if a healer notices at all, I can't kill him. He just gets up and flies away again. You know, so that's a huge problem, as well as supports not having anything that counters dive. Like those are 2 issues that I find really tragic for the game. Everything is like a DPS problem, and I don't know. I wish there were more answers with so many characters. Like I think eventually there'll be more answers, but in a game where, you know, like Overwatch originally was, where here's your problem, switch to the answer. That should be this game, except there's lots of problems, but only like 2. There's Namor. Get him, Namor, again. I'm sick of seeing Namor. I'm sick of having to play Namor. I'm sick of telling people to play Namor. The flyers are just going to be worse. And you know, I feel bad as a tank. I'm like, I want to help, but you know, the best I can do with certain characters is switch to Emma and use my like 11-second my super long cooldown, or go Hulk. And either way, it's still like a very subpar option. So
Yeah. There's not much you can do as a tank.
yeah. Oh well, if this is going to be a bad season for tanks, then what else is new?
It's apparently the worst it's ever been, is the yearly impression.
What is it? Just because of the flyers?
Yeah, it's because of the Flyers being buffed. And the fact that Tank can't do much against them.
I said this. They need to drop that war machine who can fly, and like a tank that actually can go after the flyers in some degree.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Plus, I like War Machine.
Or Ironmonger. Iron Man. That'd be cool too.
It's funny because like he's just Iron Man with like conventional weaponry, but I like him more.
But that's like I like Heavy Arms Gundam because he's just got cooler guns. You know?
How we make this mech stronger? Stick guns in every body part.
More guns.
I miss Evolution.
Yeah.
I miss what Evolution could have been. That's what I miss. I don't miss what they did with it.
Melee Zaku and Suzabe are more fun to play than any character in Marvel Rivals. Those characters are so fun.
I don't know. I didn't play those characters, so... Oh my god, what the hell's going on? So many sirens going by.
Oh. Should we wait?
It's just, look at that. That batch passed. That batch is passed. We'll see. Continue, sir.
I do kind of, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I had a lot of fun with Barbados. Like, a lot of fun. And I think maybe part of it is that in Gundam, you didn't need 222. I mean, it helped immensely, but, like, it was very much less team-oriented. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that game felt way less team-oriented than Marvel. Like, you could just be whoever, and it really didn't matter.
You could carry in that game.
Yeah.
Just like the fuck around as
very
gun
hard
tank.
to carry.
It's that fun being a little as gun tank.
Also, the movement in Evolution was really good in retrospect.
Yeah.
Is everything just felt like it felt fun to just move around in that game.
Yeah.
There was a lot less vertical movement, you know, like everybody was on the same level, so you didn't have to worry about that extra axis that much. Some characters, yeah, but and then GM Sniper mains got their together and the game stopped being fun.
Harbor map.
Dude,
ugh.
It's crazy, man. Snipers are like one of the main archetypes in these types of games that just make it not as fun. Like,
because you don't need the actual hero shooter like skill. You're just using Call of Duty. You know, it's not like, you know, you have no interest in what the team does. You're just sitting, you know, it's a character that doesn't quite feel like it belongs, you know. That's just my opinion, but I've never been like, oh yay, a widow.
Yeah, no one's happy for a widow. It's just I understand them having very simple mechanic, like basically only mechanically intensive characters, which is like the getting use out of them is all aim.
It's just not very fun to fight against.
No, never is.
no, it's not.
We started on something and then went into Marvel for 3 times as long. What was it?
We're talking about Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I can see why it's dead.
Yeah, that's where the end. That's the interest. Not even we give.
Gone.
Well, I mean, we watched the movie. The movie was cool except for the whole main character. That was
not what you want.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought they were gonna make him they knew it was so bad they didn't even put that character in the games. Like nobody liked that guy. I rewatched it recently, so it's I think we had fun. It just wasn't very better than the Tekken movie. I'll give it that.
Oh, the Tekken movie. That masterpiece.
What a high bar.
The Tekken movie had Dumpster Girlfriend.
And they forgot about her so fast. Actually, no, they couldn't even do that. They showed her, I think, at the end that she's, still in the dumpster.
I was going to say, she was there the whole time, right?
Yeah. That's her house, apparently. She lives there. Why would she be anywhere else?
Girl, get out of the dumpster. No.
Yeah, poor Mortal Kombat 1 support is gone. You can still play it, but don't expect anything new besides just balance patches. That's it. So it's on life support. Other than that, Helldivers 2 has been getting some attention because they're getting review bombed again. This is pretty crazy.
God.
Have you guys been keeping up with Helldivers too?
The last thing I saw was that they like Super Earth as a stage now, like an actual.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
I saw that like every other destination is destroyed within the game except China at this point. Like something happened. Yeah, the only place left is China to defend. There's like this article that was like the world is teaming up with China to defend Super Earth.
Wait, like story wise, or just that the players fucked up defending everywhere else?
I didn't read that much into it because I don't play anymore, but it seemed like it was big on. It said China a lot in the article.
Kinda.
Yeah, so what's going on right now in the game is Super Earth's under invasion by the Illuminate or Illuminati. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Yeah, it's them. And it's currently getting review bombed by Chinese players because of an issue with the mistranslation, where one of the levels called Equality on Sea has a status bar that shows you basically like the status of the area. And what it says for if it's in English or other languages besides China, it says, or Chinese, it says 100%, or not 100%, but like 99 point whatever percent held, right? Because the goal is you don't want it to fall to 0 while the invasion is in process. You want to keep it above 0%, because otherwise that means that area fell. But in Chinese, it says something different. It basically says 99% defended. So the Chinese community thought they had to get it to 100% to liberate the area and free it from the invasion. But that's not a thing, right? So the entire community started going to this one place to try and finish the level, but it's just impossible to do because it's not actually a mechanic. So there's a ton of review bombs for it because of that.
Everybody had their time wasted because of a translation. I mean, I don't know if that's worth review bombing, but people are review bombed for any reason, I guess. Yeah.
The other thing too is it wasn't understood that that was happening. They just thought that like the game itself was bugged to or just programmed to not be actually achievable. That's why the review bombs are coming out as negative, because that's what they thought what it was. But in actuality, it's just they are doing the objective. The objective is different than what they think it is. So yeah. To be honest, I kind of actually want to go back to Helldivers 2 because the Super Earth maps look really, really cool.
Apparently, they've done a lot of upgrades. Like you can customize your guns now and like change like you can do a lot more than you could when we played. It might be worth checking out again. Yeah, I'm sure it's worth checking out again. But
the other thing too, like one thing I was complaining about is like how there isn't really like objectives beyond just kind of taking over random areas. And I guess that's kind of changed because one thing. Apparently, like a huge group of players actually stopped defending Super Earth to go to a different sector that's taken over by the automatons. And they were able to take over a military orbital space station and bring it back to Super Earth to help them defend against the Illuminate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So there's like other things you can do now, is what I'm assuming. I haven't played it yet in a really long time, but it definitely makes me want to go back to it. It seems like a lot of fun.
I kind of love the idea of like dynamically changing content for the entire player base. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely like you are a part of this giant storyline. There's more too. Apparently, the president of Super Earth has been killed, and there is now a new appointed president of Super Earth, which we have no idea what that means yet. But that's going to be interesting, I'm sure, based on everything else they've done, like throwing black holes everywhere.
What happened to the president?
There's like a cryptic message that was given to all the players. It was like an official announcement from the Ministry of Truth. They're literally called the Ministry of Truth in the game. I guess he was supposed to be killed in action. He's quoted as having died heroically defending the presidential security bunker with only a pistol against waves of Illuminati foes.
Dang. I'm feeling like the president is the same one from what's that game?
Metal Wolf?
Metal Wolf, yeah. That was, oh man, the tie-in. I can imagine that president defending in Helldivers.
What's great is the notice says yesterday he was killed, and it says today a new president of Super Earth has been sworn in after a landslide victory in a managed election. So in one day they were able to get a new president.
You didn't even have a vice president. They elected a new one.
Yeah.
All right. I that's an interesting form of democracy, but sure.
It's super democracy for Super
That's
Earth.
right. Everybody votes with their cell phone now. That makes sense.
Super Earth. They don't even need to. They vote with their souls, and they just trust the Ministry of Truth to do all the good things.
Yeah, we'll vote for you. We know what's best.
So yeah, it's a ton of fun watching them how they're handling the game and just kind of playing with the players too. It's a lot of fun.
Good for them, especially coming from like the this is their second review bombing, and they still got like the drive to keep being as behind their game as they are. That's pretty cool. Good for them.
It is. Last thing, Mundfish Studio, who's the makers behind Atomic Heart, are now starting a publishing initiative. They're on the lookout for different game developers, aspiring developers, to help them not only fund but actually build their games. They're offering their experience and knowledge of, quote, game optimization, technology, and gameplay mechanics to help other smaller devs create their video games. So if you are a aspiring game developer, go ahead and kind of check that out, see if you could be a part of it. Apparently, all they require is just basically a pitch of your game and a small demo, and you could potentially get funded by Mundfish and kind of get help from their studio.
How do we make a game in like a week?
You don't.
Let's make the game where you are farming and then the aliens invaded. You have to use your next to stop them. I want to play that game already.
Are you talking about that Love, Death, and Robots episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about the robots episode.
I think there is a game that's somewhat like that. Yeah.
There is,
somebody,
where you're like you pilot a mech and it's like a farming game, but you're in a giant mecha.
That's Lightyear Frontier, right?
I think so, yeah.
What's it called?
Lightyear Frontier. I don't think there's as much of like
combat.
I don't think there's much as like combat, but you definitely are farming with a mech. So it's got half of what you want there.
Okay, well that's I don't want half a car. I want the car. Oh, this is just a farming sim.
I mean, that's what we said.
Yeah. So we just need to make this game and just add things to shoot.
But it's got to really it's got to be both things. It can't just be like, well, here's it can't be like Overwatch PvE.
Well,
like,
you know what
I
mean. It's like this is a good baseline.
I guess.
Oh my god, I'm like trying to help you. This is why we can't make a game.
Hey, no, this is why we can make the game, because it's not really there yet.
No, but whatever game we make, it's got to have that old Western theme that plays.
What was that? It was a song from a game I've never played. What's the game where you're the girls who shoot lasers?
It's a Toho song, right? Was what it ended up.
It's one of those, yeah, where like magical girls shoot lasers at each other, whatever that is.
But I typed in mech farming game with battle, and there is a game in the works called Mech Farmer, which says a farming combat RPG.
Oh, we need to partner with them.
Yeah,
we need to partner with them.
Set in an alien world with a space western vibe.
I can't believe that like nobody else saw that and is like, that needs to be a game. That I must be the stupid one.
Oh yeah,
this is the
game we're looking for.
Me.
This is actually it.
Oh wait, it says it's no longer available on the Steam store. What?
Dude, there's a hole in the market. We found it.
Oh, any game devs listening, take our idea. I don't even care if you steal it and make $1 million. I just want to play the game.
I think you'd care.
But if you have a spare million, don't listen to him.
You have a spare million. Yeah, I was gonna go with it.
I would like Harvest Moon, not Harvest Moon. What's that other game that's not Harvest Moon?
Stardew
Valley, and then also Mecha Break. Like, do both the things. Maybe not. You got to take a break. You know, I guess it doesn't really work because, like, if you're farming, how much is food worth where you're able to build like a mech with it? You know, like maybe food is worth a lot more in the future. Probably. Actually, that makes sense. It checks out. Never mind.
Yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
All right. Well, thank you. Strider, what you got today?
All right. First and foremost, apparently the Persona 4 remake was supposedly confirmed because one of the voice actor for one of the characters of the original game said that they will not be returning to voice a character in the remake. And they said they asked and possibly even begged, but they didn't want me to come back. The problem is that this game wasn't officially announced. And this post has since been deleted. And then, and it's not a small voice actor. It is Yuri Lowenthal, who is
he's Spider-Man.
He is one of the most prolific voice actors of it. He is one of the most popular male voice actors. Like overall, he has a ton of voice credits. And then there, like 8 to 10 hours later, someone else also commented that they would not be reprising their role as another character. So
who's the other person?
I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Not as important as Yuri.
Troy Baker.
It's another very popular voice actor. I just can't think of her name.
It's not Chie, is it?
It's Chie's voice actor.
Is it Chie? What was her voice actress? Aaron Fitzgerald?
That sounds right.
I think, yeah, Aaron Fitzgerald.
But I think that character's also had multiple voice actors. But yeah, so the Yuri deleted his tweet. I'm not sure if the other tweet has been deleted, but that was one way to confirm that remake was happening. It was a poorly kept secret.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought like this was well-known information, but yeah, I guess
it's not
confirmation
official
of the remake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because people saw that like the domain, a domain was registered that hints towards it, which is the same way the Persona 3's remake. That domain was registered a few months before it was announced. So it was named in the same way for Persona 4's. But yeah, so. Very interesting that would happen, because these are not small voice actors, so people are wondering why they would go out and say this.
That's cool. Did you guys correct me if I'm wrong? Was it a Persona game that somebody was putting out a bunch of like information about they were not tied to the game whatsoever, and they were putting out like music and battle themes and stuff and images, and they had a whole YouTube channel that people took as like Bible?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Only to find out later that none of it was like real. And then never mind. I might cut that out because I might be misremembering. It might not be Persona at all.
It definitely sounds like something that would happen.
I swear, I watched this whole thing where like somebody was saying, oh, maybe Persona 3 or something, and they like had all this content from the game they kept posting, and people took it as real for the longest time, for years, only to find out that like, no, this is just some fan stuff. And then nobody ever found out who the guy who made it was or why they did it or anything like that. Now I'm curious. I got to find it again.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know of any of the jump off my head for Persona. Then it's not ringing any other bells.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
I'll have to. I you know what? It was probably like one of those gaming YouTubers who was just talking about something while I was half paying attention. I'll never find it because they probably weren't even talking about Persona. Ignore me.
You've just hallucinated the entire thing.
It's possible, dude. These, like, you know how I told you I've been having these weird Chantix dreams? Like, I'm starting to like them now. Like, they're like full-fledged stories.
Are you getting Stockholm syndrome by your own dreams?
Okay, quick.
Dude, they're not nightmares, but they contain like full, like like zombies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Zombies and like love triangles are like the two subjects that keep popping up.
Dude, I don't know why. I got so many zombie dreams growing up. Like, you get them now. What's it like now after seeing all the media?
It's like, well, it's just like, it's definitely this medication because I didn't dream this much before. And now I'm like excited to go to bed. Like, ooh, what's going to happen now?
What's like the latest? What's the funnest one you've had lately?
None of them are particular. Okay, the funnest one I had, and I wanted to write a short story. It was like me and this other guy are cruising at like 3 a.m. and then we wind up at this like building in a field, and we end up like sneaking in there. There's way more to it. I'm just skimming through it because everybody hates listening to dreams, but it ends up being like this haunted house type thing that like has all this really like terrifying imagery that in the dream I was like excited to see. Oh my God. We're never going to talk about.
You know what you just reminded me of? You reminded me of the guy who tried to fake Dark Souls 4 was coming out, right? But he didn't use the correct Roman numeral because he didn't use IV, right? He just put 4 I's in a row. And he was like, I got secret information about Dark Souls 4. Like, here's the top secret thing. And it's the fake ass title screen that says Dark Souls 4 with like with 4 in a row. And then all I remember is one of the comments on this was just like, dumbass, you spelled it wrong. Like, that is not how you do Roman numerals.
That was the news. They spelled it wrong.
I saw a gang tag today that was X4, and I thought it was the stupidest.
You say X4.
Like, why? Normally around here it's XIV, but like, why would you put X4? What are we doing? Why? Like, okay, I guess education's not big in the gang scene. My bad. I overthought it.
Probably not.
All right, I'm gonna have to find out what that. Or what that game was, because I could have swore it was Persona.
It's going to be the Western all over again.
I mean, it is. I'm not going to ask anybody to find it.
What was that? Music with a Western go deal deal.
The 3 of us
y'all don't know. It's an inside joke, but when we were going through music one time for streaming, and we went through like 100 tracks or something just one day, I think, while streaming. Oh, it was the Salty Bet.
Yes, it was.
I was using the Salty Bet playlist. If y'all don't know Salty Bet either, God, there's Salty Bet is great. Check out Salty Bet on Twitch. It's just Mugen betting. And I heard one song I like, and I kept telling these guys, it's like, you guys remember that one song that had like a Western theme, like somebody's robbing a train or something? And we spent like a day and a half just posting shit trying to find it. And by the time I actually found it, okay, I still hear a Western theme.
All I hear is trumpets. Like, it's a Toho song.
There's trumpets, like it's not like classical trumpets. It's like Sunset Riders trumpets to me. These guys think I'm out of my mind.
Wasn't it from Sonic?
No, it
was from a Toho game.
Oh no, the Sonic one was the one you thought it was because you thought you found it.
Yes, and then it turned out to be
later.
And then it turned out to be a Toho song, and it's like, how the is this a Western? Because it sounds like a train, and I'm like, there's no train in this song.
No, it doesn't sound like a train.
It sounds like a train robbery. Is like what you said.
It sounds like a train robbery.
And I was like,
it's
how
exciting.
the fuck?
You could not have described anything like further off. You were so wrong. It's actually impressive. I don't know where you got Western train robbery from.
From a
you know what?
Japanese Fallen Hell series that heavily features trumpets. Like these things do not align.
You know what? Not helping y'all next time you forget something like I
do. You like Cowboy Bebop?
Do I?
Yeah.
I do, but I've never watched. I've only watched a handful of episodes.
That's like the only reason I could think of that you might like associate that with like Western
space Western.
No, it was literally because the song isn't like you can't really describe that song in a way that would make sense. Right. So
clearly
the closest in my head was Sunset Riders, the old Super Nintendo game that I used to play all the time that had like the whistling and the trumpets sometimes. And it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we found the song. So success, right?
I can say at
We
least
only
we
had to
found
listen
it.
to every track again. I
we
found the song. All right. You guys helped though. You definitely got rid of all the
we
ones that
never
weren't.
would have been able to find me without you because you had us searching for something completely different.
No, I was right. It's a Western. All right. Moving on.
Now for some just interesting statistics that I saw. Apparently Capcom has swapped in terms of what their major platform is from consoles to PC in the past 5 years. And it originally was a 65%, 35% split with console to PC. But now it's 40% consoles and 60% PC in terms of like digital sales for their games.
Oh, geez.
And it's gone from 15 million console sales and 8 million PC game sales in 2020 to 18 million 18.5 million console sale games and 28 million PC game sales.
Oh my God.
Their number has almost quadrupled. It's gotten up 20 million more sales in I believe last year, 2024.
This
I
is
mean,
Capcom?
it totally, yeah, it's Capcom. It totally makes sense with crossplay being as prevalent as it is. Like, when I look at somebody who's playing like on Marvel, what is the first thing I check? I'm like, that's a console right there. Look at him move. Same thing with fighting games. Like, isn't there an actual like delay?
Input delay
on a lot of fighting games.
Yeah, there's always input delay even on PC. It's just more prevalent in.
That's what I'm saying. It's more on console in a space where you need the least amount possible.
The funny thing is that from what I remember, is that the input delay on fighting games is usually worse on like the PlayStation 5, but with the PlayStation 4.
Really?
Yep, it was that way for Guilty Gear for a while before they, I think, eventually toned it down.
Do you have a reason why, or was it just a thing?
It was just a thing, like, because I think, for reference, that PC was on average 1 frame, PlayStation 4 was 2, and PS5 was 4 frames of delay. Are the numbers I remember? But that was,
can you guys think of any other reasons there are, or is that just a? I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
only thing I could think of is just like quote unquote porting it to that console, like making a PlayStation 5 version for whatever reason. I mean, it was eventually fixed relatively early, I believe, but I just remember.
Well, no, I mean, why does Capcom have a reason as to why it's all PC sales?
I don't know, but like, it's just I think PC growth is just much bigger than consoles are right now.
Which is wild because it's so expensive to do PC gaming right now. I mean, it always has been, but now I can't even think about the future.
It's also probably just because more things are being ported to PC is another big thing in these last 5 years, because we're getting all simultaneous releases, because World wasn't released simultaneously, right? World was released later.
Yeah.
On PC, like almost a full year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So having simultaneous releases, the crossplay, the just better PC ports relatively in general. Although not so certain about that nowadays.
I mean, I think that there's just more PC players as well, generally.
Yeah.
Like, it's just easier. It's not cheaper, but it's, back in the day, you put in a game in the PC and you just, maybe this will work. I don't know. We'll find out. Now it's still kind of the same, but like, there's a better chance it will.
Nah, you don't put anything in the PC now.
No, you
Who
don't.
here has a disk drive?
Not me.
They do upstairs somewhere.
Actually, I don't think my new PC has one.
Mine can't even have one unless it's like a USB one.
Mine has no front port.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that copy of Concord might be the last physical game I ever buy.
How does this make you feel?
You need to get that like PSA rated.
I'm gonna
Devalues it
put
somehow.
it in a vault. Yeah. I'm gonna show my kids back in my day.
This is what a failed game looked like, Concord.
We used to play games instead of searching for water to survive. You don't know how good we had it. We didn't have to be in the mines 23 hours a day.
Just imagine it leads to like some like that everyone worshiping Concord. You got like your game disc like on an altar in the
Like that.
dilapidated church.
Oops, made a cult. My bad.
If they only knew what the future held, they would have never given up. Well, I mean, I can't like feel any way about that news. It just is what it is, you know, like.
It's just surprising to me just how big the growth for the PC platform was.
Well, and I was a console. Look, I'm going to be real. I was a console fanboy because I was too stupid to use a PC. Like I was afraid to put one together and make it work until a buddy of mine was like, "No, here's a PC, and you're going to figure out how most of it works, and we'll get through the rest." And then now I just ask Lionel.
The person has changed, but your strategy hasn't.
Yeah, as long as it still works.
Yeah, no, because I've always had both consoles and PC. Basically, like my entire life. So I've always been a fan of both. I've been a fan of both.
I think I told you guys that my story about my laptop, my first computer that I had.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing
You
could
mean
not run
Jacob
games.
laptop. Because didn't he buy it off you eventually?
No, this is a different one. My first one was like this old Gateway laptop, and I remember buying Enemy Territory Quake Wars for it, and I tried to install it on the laptop. Yeah, that wasn't happening. it just was not a thing. I could not play any games on there.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have a PC, but like I remember, what game was it? It was some Lucasfilm game where you had a gun and it would shoot and it would like turn the whole world upside down. It was like this really. It wasn't a Star Wars game. I can't remember what it was.
You're like unlocking an eldritch memory.
Yeah, there were like 3 characters, and you would go through this kind of goofy adventure shooting things, and there was like a lot of turret sections, if I remember. But I actually had that game for like a really long time because I never had a PC that could play it until way later down the road. And I was, oh, this works now.
What was that?
I don't know. Now I'm curious too, because it's obviously like it's not a popular piece of history. I remember though that it was a Star Wars game that wasn't Star Wars.
I don't know.
Star Wars game that wasn't Star Wars.
I'd have to go search for it.
Don't worry, I'm searching. You guys continue.
My next piece of information is that apparently Elden Ring's player engagement is kind of insane and through the roof. Because apparently over 45% of its Steam players have played more than 100 hours.
Damn.
Ooh, that is a lot.
Which is a crazy number. And I think like over 2/3 have played over 50 hours.
I wonder what mine's at.
What is this for?
For
I'm at
Elden Ring.
99.9. Damn it.
I'm at 57.
For Elden Ring.
Oh.
It's just because like that number is insane. 45% of players having more than 100 hours. Because like if you go check like basically any game in your library and like check the achievement for how many people have finished this game, it's always lower than I think it's going to be. Especially the other good one is always checking how many people quit at the beginning of the game, like your tutorial achievements in games.
Oh yeah, I have like 130, but that was one of the things that surprised me so much about Claire Obscure is every time I'd finish, I'd check like who had what achievements. It was always like 45 to 50%. Like people played through that game.
Good game.
It is a good game.
I mean,
we'll
I
talk
think
about it someday.
75% of us here have beaten it.
Hey man, I was busy, or I would have. I haven't beaten it yet.
It's been
It's
like a
him.
month
I
since
still-
you last played.
It's all right. I still want to like, because I didn't know if I wanted to talk about the game again, and after beating it, like I really want to like do a full story or skim of the story kind of, and then like a discussion about the
Yes.
ending, because there's a lot going on there that I'm super interested to
There's
hear
a
you guys'
lot.
opinions on.
Yeah, no. So you gotta finish it. Gotta finish it.
Gotta finish it.
Kyler.
That'll be a good like solid episode that doesn't require a date. You know what I'm saying? It'll be good for if
Ooh.
anybody has any interest, they can listen to it, whatever.
All right. I'll do my best.
Not to mention, game's great.
It is.
This is a good game.
Oh, right. The only other thing I want to mention is that if you comparing the numbers on like the breakdown for like how long people have played, apparently comparing Steam to PlayStation, because this is what the information was from, was these two. We had the information for these two platforms. Is that the number of people that quit Elden Ring like in less than an hour is like 6 times higher on PlayStation compared to Steam.
Oh,
I could not tell you. It's like the number of people who have less than an hour of playtime on Steam is 2.4%. The number of people that have less than an hour on PlayStation is 14% of the people who bought the game.
Okay. So my first thought about that is that people who are on PC, like, do you think people on console or PC are more quote unquote hardcore about games?
Oh,
like
absolutely
who's
PC.
willing to try
On
hard?
PC,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I think of a casual gamer and hear about people who casually game, it's never that they have a PC and casually game. It's always that they have a console and like pick up the latest Call of Duty or whatever. Like they play the 3
Yeah.
to 4 games a year, and it's always console players.
Yeah, and if you like quit there, you're not like like if I go to Steam and I quit a game, like I'm not looking at the comments calling me or okay, how am I trying to phrase this? Like when you deal with a game on a PC, you're getting a lot more information just generally thrown at you than you are on console. Generate information about news about the game, the community around it, just in general. There's a lot more that even if you're not looking for it, comes your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing is that like I always think is that like the barrier to actually play a game is much higher, if that makes sense. Because like
Oh yeah.
for like console, it's get the game, put it in, game starts. PC, it's open up whatever platform it is, go find it, download it.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you have an account for this. Might have third-party stuff. It needs to run these installation things, first time install, and then it crashes and doesn't boot because something's incompatible, or you need to go find some setting. Like
I don't
console
know
is
because I remember still like playing Battlefield on console. It would make you make an account too for EA. You had to make an EA account to play Battlefield even on console. I remember that.
which one?
One of the Battlefields. I'm pretty sure it was Battlefield. I don't remember which one. This was a long time ago because I don't play on console anymore.
Yeah, even so on console, you're just pressing X and doing whatever it tells you until you get to the next screen. Like you're not really worried about anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of baked in that like everybody has to do this, so why do I care? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that I mean that's my first thought is that PC players are more willing to suffer than your average console player. They're willing to put up with problems and try to work through them, generally speaking, than somebody who's just plug and play on a console.
Oh yeah, and another piece of information is that there are more Steam more people bought it on Steam over PlayStation. 15.7 million bought it on Steam, 13.2 bought it on PlayStation by platform.
Oh.
Gabe is too strong.
You guys said consoles aren't dying last time I asked. Aside from Nintendo, I mean, isn't Xbox becoming basically a tower pretty quick here?
I mean,
I think
everything's an
they're
Xbox.
partnering with Steam.
Yeah, everything's
Everything's
an
an
Xbox.
Xbox.
Remember the whole negative thing? Yeah, because for reference, this also has the Xbox numbers. It's like 6 million below the PlayStation numbers, and how many people bought it at 7.4 million.
And what sells more, Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation. I believe.
Really?
I haven't checked the numbers in a while, but last time I believe PlayStation was ahead. But both are behind Switch. Because
significantly, yeah. Oh, it's like double plus what Xbox sales are.
Okay, so what I remember is that like roughly the PlayStation right now, the PlayStation 5 is on par with the PlayStation 4 and 3 in terms of like lifetime sales based on how old it was at the time. Like lifetime sales numbers. Like how old is the PlayStation at this point?
PlayStation 1?
Which PlayStation?
The 5. The new one.
PlayStation 5?
Because basically the numbers are that like if it's like let's say 4 years old, it's selling roughly the same number that the PlayStation 3 sold when it was.
It's 4 years old. 5 years old.
It's selling roughly the same number that the PlayStation 4 did when it was 4 years old and the PlayStation 3 did when it was 4 years old. The problem is that I believe digital sales, the actual software sales are going down is the big problem from what I remember hearing. And because apparently there's a huge problem with PlayStation 5s being bought and then like scalped to be sold in China.
Weird.
I think.
Like specifically like sold in China?
Yeah, just because I think there's a big black market there.
Can they not buy digital purchases there?
I have no idea. Because I know in China there's a unique Steam client, like a special version of Steam, from what I understand, for that people use. But also, I know a lot of people just circumvent that with VPNs and use the normal one. From what I understand,
to think about, because I have a good friend from college he's from Beijing. And when he was back there for a couple years recently, I saw him like on Steam. I wonder if he was like using a VPN to get past anything.
So China has not always had it's now officially released in China. PlayStation is.
Oh, okay.
And they have a limited selection of games compared to other regions.
Is that just like censoring or?
And does the PlayStation 5 have region lock?
That's what it sounds like.
Could be the big reason why it's like these ones are being scalped from a nearby country to be sold.
Dang old region locking.
Yeah, they have a unique region lock. You have to use only a Chinese PSN account. Their Chinese PS4 and 5s are hardware locked.
Damn.
You can't do fuck all. Oh, it's even got region locking for movies and DVDs.
What is in region locked?
Oh,
nothing.
I don't know. TikTok? No, that's not Chinese.
I know the PSP isn't.
Oh,
like the original.
The original PSP. It could play. I know because it could play Japanese games. Even the one I would get in the US. Couldn't understand what what it's saying, but you can play them.
I can't read this.
Dude, I still remember how I felt about the PSP. I was like, this is the future.
Oh, dude, I was so hyped about that. Like the PSP as well.
See, I never got on board with that because I remember having a Game Boy versus somebody who had a Game Gear. And Game Gear meant you could play for 30 minutes. And that was it. That would die and you needed it was an expense to get more batteries. Meanwhile, my Game Boy lasted for days,
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this graphical capability is not worth the extensive battery purchases you would need to keep this going.
I had Game Boys of all generations. Although I will say when I finally got a PS Vita, I played the ever living hell out of that thing.
And did you have it pimped out? Did you have the light and the little screen enhancer thing?
For the Game Boy?
Oh, me, yeah.
And
I had it all. I had
attachment.
I had the cable so you could connect to other Game Boys and trade Pokemon.
Yeah.
I had the Game Boy where you take a picture and it print it out. Print out this really compressed JPEG.
Yeah, that was the thing with the terrible Pokemon games. You connect a printer to your Game Boy and you can print stuff out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
letters were for. Because if you remember those from the old Pokemon games, you could print out the letters.
The unknowns.
No. I remember I had
I
my
don't actually
favorite
know.
one. It was green, and I lost it on a bus.
I think it was letters.
Like right at the start of a vacation, I lost it on a bus wherever we were, and it
Aw.
ruined the whole vacation.
That sucks.
My mom was like, "Let's check if somebody turned it in." Even at that age, I was like, "Ain't nobody turning that in. Like they're keeping that. Whoever found that, have fun with my green Game Boy. I miss it."
Fun fact: it wasn't originally green.
Oh, you made
Ew.
it gross.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's no. I mean, like that's the monkey's paw. They got a cool new Game Boy, but
Why
You
you
already
gotta take
marked
my
it.
childhood memory and make it gross? What's wrong with
Now
you?
you're making it like he's the reason why it's green instead of it just being anonymously green.
maybe you dipped it in slime. I don't know.
Slime. It was the Nickelodeon days, so maybe
Yeah,
maybe
see?
I had GAC as well.
You're the one that went to the gross. Like, hey, you could just been dipping it in slime, man.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Slime's still gross.
No.
All right. Is that all your stuff?
One last thing.
Oh, please.
My last thing is that apparently Activision, with the new release of the Call of Duty Black Ops 6's Season 4, has put adverts into to both multiplayer and Warzone loadouts in the creator class.
There's
Adverts for
ads?
what?
Yes, they put so like where it's you got all your customization, right? And then there's a banner above it that displays bundles that you can buy. They have literally put ads for their own store inside of the creator class menus.
Oh, ew. It's above all the other builds. Like on your create a new build thing, it's create a new build, then an ad, and then all your loadouts.
Yep.
Ew. Dude. I mean, it's crazy to think like Activision is you'd think like how can a company get away with this and people don't
They
care
do.
apparently.
Because they get away
They
with it.
do.
'Cause
They just find a new way to sell people something every chance they get. And this is Black Ops 6. Like I played this with a couple people including Strider here, and like just getting to the game I was like I had sensory overload. Like I know you did, Jacob, which it even got to me too, where there was just so much garbage all over the place and noises and buy this, go here. Every time I click something trying to get to the game, it would take me to another type of buying.
I mean, do you guys remember the whole NBA 2K fiasco that happened? This is like years ago. Which one was it? It was whichever one came out in like 2019, I think. But the loading screen for the game had ads. And I'm not talking about like, ads from their shop or whatever. Like it would
Yes,
advertise
I
like
remember
the Quest, like the VR headset, like actual ads would play in the game.
It's
And you
fucking
couldn't
dumb.
skip them either. Like they were unskippable ads in the game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like were they like commercials or was it just a
Yes.
splash art?
Actual commercials.
Oh.
Like it would go to load the game, but it would play an advert for some product not even related to NBA like whatsoever. It would
You had to sit
literally
through
like
it?
be real. Yes, you had to
Oh my
sit through it.
god.
And that's what the crazy thing was. People would notice that no matter what the specs were for what you're running it, whether it's a console, whether it's on PC and you have an SSD, it would play the entire advert before it would load the game. So they are intentionally like making sure that you watch the entire thing.
That specific fact about it sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I think they reversed it, if I remember right, because people got super pissed off that they paid like $60+ for this game just for it to have ads. People got very mad, but they've been trying for years.
And Call of Duty's like $70 still. Like that's
Yeah, people buy it. Here's the thing.
Stop buying Call of Duty. Just
Call
stop.
of Duty folks
Everybody
will buy it every time, man.
just stop. There's so much other good stuff out there. How much was Claire?
But
$40?
Fliz, what am I supposed to
No.
play? The The Call of Duty that came out the year before? Are you crazy?
No. Do anything
Play Doom.
else. Go. I heard not. I'm seeing poor Doom's catching some flack too. I guess not flack, but
Is it?
Oh, the $80.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, just people aren't like the hype was stronger than the game itself, I guess.
No,
You know,
I enjoyed it.
So I'm sure you did, but a lot of people seem to find it I guess monotonous was the term that I saw a lot.
That's weird considering that it's a Doom game. You're just, but that what you do is rip and tear.
Well, apparently it doesn't rip and tear as well as the other two.
I mean, it's the exact same thing that was happening when Eternal released.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's so because the big thing compared to most series is that 2016 Eternal and the Dark Ages all play very differently, while still being FPS Doom FPSs. And there's always this controversy because I heard the exact same thing with Eternal.
Makes sense. Alrighty. Boo Activision yet again.
Of course, always.
What you got soon?
I got a few small things.
Well, spit them out.
I guess CyberPunk sequel that's been in, I guess, well, it's concept stage right now. Finally has an actual name. It apparently CD Projekt Red has just named it Cyberpunk 2 for now.
Let's go.
Incredible. I'm
which-
glad that's news.
So the article okay, the article definitely makes more news out of it than what it is, because the article on Rock Paper Shotgun, I do like what they've done here, because they're like, so the sequel is now Cyberpunk 2 and is therefore about burial mounds, bows, and pottery, making the joke that because, you know, it's called 2, it must take place in the year 2 and not 2077.
God damn it.
But yeah, I guess yeah, it's Cyberpunk 2 now, and it is in the pre-production stage, which means
Oh, we're
Just-
not getting that
yeah,
for
just conceptual.
forever.
Oh yeah.
See you in 2035.
Yeah, 96 people working on it versus 422 for The Witcher 4, although that's already in like actual production.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited still.
Yeah.
Man, I really liked Cyberpunk 2077.
And I was reading something. Apparently, like I know one of the ideas they were having is, I guess, of course, in the sequel, we're going to return to Night City, but there's going to be another area, major city you get to go to. I think Chicago. So like we're going to be going outside of Night City. We get to see like how is the rest of the world.
I mean, 96 people is like totally fine. Like you don't have any game testers working on it.
Oh
so,
no, that's
like,
just concepts,
what
like
are-
concept stage. That's just
well,
sound
what are
designers and everything else.
400 people gonna have concepts for. you
Well, no,
know?
that,
The longest meeting of
I was
all
only pointing
time.
that out. I just pointed that out because like that's
so many Zoom meetings.
the difference. Pre-production is like needs way less than actual production.
Yeah, it's fine. You
Yeah.
know, just let games cook. If it takes a long time, it takes a long time. I don't want to see any more games get rushed. They will, but I don't want to see it anymore.
I wonder who they're going to feature in it, because, oh god, I guess spoilers for 2077. Well,
I've never played it. Don't ruin it. I'll
I'm
never
sorry.
play it.
Does
I'm sorry.
Does something die?
Yes.
Does
Okay.
Keanu Reeves die?
I mean,
Yes.
That's the only character I know.
he's always dead.
He's dead from the start.
Johnny Gunhand, right?
Yeah,
Something like
Silverhand.
that.
Johnny Silverhand's dead from the start.
Yeah, he was
Johnny
always
Wick.
dead. No, but Adam's gone. Adam Smasher. So, from what I understand too, because Cyberpunk is based off their tabletop game, Adam Smasher is like a very important character because he's supposed to be like the most powerful. But there's still other named characters that are like of note simply because they have survived encounters with Adam before. So I wonder if we're going to see like Blackhand Morgan or something. Because I think he's rumored to still be alive in the lore of Cyberpunk, but we don't actually know for sure.
They could really take it anywhere they want.
Yeah, because from what I understand, that like Adam's like relevance / what he's like treated as in terms of like the lore is basically if you hate your party in the tabletop game, you send Adam Smasher at them to kill them.
Yeah,
Like,
like
he
you
is-
don't fight him, you have to run.
He's
you
the boogeyman. Like,
He's Lionel's Mecha Satan.
Yeah. Dude, no, like if you ever watched the show as well,
I
like
did,
you
I
see
did.
how strong he is. He's not like that in the game whatsoever, which is kind of sad. He actually, I remember when I fought him, I just punched him a lot until he died.
that was your
Wait,
build,
is
though.
Atom Smasher in the show?
Edge Runners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the bad guy at the end who
Yes.
just shows up and
Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
one who
okay.
he's the one who stomps everyone.
Yeah,
At
he's
the
the one
end
that
of
like
the- I was
gonna
stomps
say, I didn't
Rebecca
wanna
and
spoil
everything.
it.
Yeah.
everyone dies?
Like it's not even close.
Yeah, I think like in the show they were like he put up a fight and that's the best you could do, and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, he's like, good for you, bud. Now you're dead.
No, Atom
Yeah.
Smasher's scary.
The worst
Yeah,
He's
part
so
was,
also
it's gonna-
insane.
He
Yeah,
is
the-
very insane.
the worst part was that they like revamp. You played after 2.0, right, Lionel?
I'm assuming.
I think because they revamped that fight.
Did
Because
they really?
it used to be even way worse. Like he just kind of slowly walked around the room at you, and you could just like he had no counterattack measures to hacking originally, so he just folded like a wet pinata.
Oh no.
Like he at least
A wet pinata.
Yeah, no, that's,
Tell me you've never used a pinata before.
it's kind of, I mean, he was like way stronger than anything else I fought. And my character was like really strong, but still he didn't have like anything crazy like I was expecting. Like I just kind of kept walking up to him and punching him a lot. And that was
Did he
kind of just
ever-
how that fight went.
Did he use the oh god, what is it called that they use in the anime all the time?
The Sandavista or whatever.
Sandavi-
yeah, the
yeah.
super speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did use that.
Okay, because
My
he
character
didn't do
just
that
care.
originally. Because that was part of
Oh,
his
really?
revamp. Yeah, he just like slowly walked around. It was such a letdown. Like I had a
Oh,
harder
that
time because the
sucks.
game broke right before his boss fight, where the door you're supposed to open, like the small
Yeah.
security door, just didn't work. Like I had to reload a save because it just bugged.
So
I had a
glad
harder
I
time-
waited to play.
So I had to reload a save just to open a door. It was a harder fight than the Atom fight.
Do you guys have any like maybe we could do you guys have any bosses from games that were like total letdowns that like you remember specifically being like, god damn it, I worked all that, excluding like JRPGs where you over leveled?
Does it count if are you talking about like expectations being unmet?
Yeah, you expect a thing to be
But
like
what hap-
whoa, and then it turns
'cause-
out to be trash.
Okay, trash. Not. But what if it's intentionally like a much bigger letdown than you expect?
Okay, what are you thinking?
Because I'm thinking of Gwyn from Dark Souls 1.
Oh, I never played that one.
Because the whole time is like from the opening cutscene is like they're hyping Gwyn up as like the Lord of Sunlight, like the top god. And you basically like you're getting information about him and like you're seeing the empire and world like that he lived in and built.
Uh-huh.
And then when you get to the kiln of the first flame and you walk through that fog wall, there's no epic music. There's nothing except the slow, somber piano for Dark Souls 1 kicking in for his theme. And it's just a shell of an old man at this point.
He's like, right? Like,
Yeah, he just like
Oh, so it's purposefully.
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking is like if this account because it's designed because like the way the game builds up is you think you're gonna get this bombastic final boss, and then you walk in, and I will always remember hearing the piano for the first time and hearing like the very slow, somber theme as you put this man down. Because he's not a hard fight. He's very easy, especially if you can parry. He just falls over.
Oh,
Like
damn.
he is nowhere near the toughest boss fight in the game. And-
Well, that seems like it was what I'm talking about, but done well.
Yeah, because the other thing is that I remember is Demon Souls 1. The final boss of the game is just a blob with a sword that like slowly comes at you, and it was done way worse. And I was like, "This is it." It like dies in 2 hits.
No.
Those are the ones.
I can't think of any that aren't RPGs. Yeah, no, well, probably the reason why is because I probably just don't remember them because they weren't memorable.
There is one other game that I was so ready. So it was Scarlet Nexus's final boss. Did you finish Scarlet Nexus, Lionel?
No, I did
I
not.
didn't either.
Because that is the most mid game And then I was like, okay, I trust in them to do a good final boss. And the final boss starts hyping up, and then it's over. Like, as soon as I thought, like, okay, Fate, here's the real final boss. Here's the, like, phase 2, and it's over. I got so mad that I still remember that to the day. I don't remember anything other about that game other than the final boss was a massive disappointment for me. Because I was like, oh no, this game's threatening to be good, to be hyped, to be interesting, and it's over.
Yeah, it's tough because like I'm thinking of like all the Resident Evils and stuff, and they're not bad. Like they're not really like they are what I expected them to be. You know, like Dead Space and stuff, where it's not like a tough. It's not like I had to go fight it a million times like Radon. You know, it's just like it's not great. It's just what I expected it to be. I think there's more standouts like Revengeance, you know.
Oh my god, Revengeance has so many fun
That's
ones.
a final boss.
That final boss was like
son.
1/8 of the runtime.
I was gonna say like that's like most of the game right there, and it's a character you don't even meet until the very
You see
end.
him and that's it, and then you actually get to interact with him, and it's like this guy is weird.
He's in one 10-second cutscene beforehand. Like
I
he's
don't
in
think
10
he talks.
seconds.
He just smiles. And is like,
Like, he has one line, I think, that he says, but his back's facing the camera. Like, because it's stage 2, and it's when you're going through the lab in Mexico. There's footage you see of him like walking away, and you'll see the behind him, and he says something to the scientist. That's like his only line before he shows up in a giant robot, and everything just gets completely unhinged.
dude, yeah. And then you're fighting him, and you're like, okay, so we're fighting this kind of big robot, and then you get to fight him, and you're like, what can he do? And it turns out he's insane.
He's the best boss, though. He's so good. Him and
oh my
Sam.
god, I can't even talk about it because wait, Fliz, you intend to do the DLC at some point, right?
I am of what?
For Revengeance, like playing as Sam and all that.
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
Because there is a specific fight in that
Okay, I'll do it.
so
I'll do it.
you probably know what I'm hinting at, but it's revamped in a great way because they make changes where it's like you.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're hinting at. It's been a long time since I played.
You fight a certain boss, and he has his entire moveset and additions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that this weekend. It'll take me like a couple hours, yeah. Something to do.
That's like an hour. The DLC is not that long.
Did you wait? Yeah, I think you played one of them, right? You played the Blade Wolf
You
one?
did Blade Wolves.
I was the dog.
How many
And
does that
then
game
I
have
was
again?
like, this kind of sucks, so I turned it off.
Is it just Blade Wolf and Sam, or is there
No.
another one?
No, you there's only Sam and Blade Wolf. You started
Okay.
Sam's, but you were too hammered at that point to continue playing, and you were like, "I'm
What?
tired."
No, that's impossible, because didn't I do it during the 24-hour stream?
No, I don't believe so.
I must have done the DLC at a later
Yeah,
date.
you
think you
did. You
did,
did
yeah.
Blade. You had
'Cause I
been
was-
drinking and had done Blade Wolves, and you started Sam's and then you went, "I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed," and then shut your stream off.
Yeah, because it couldn't have been the same, because I know better than to drink during a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you wouldn't.
I remember
God.
the 24-hour stream of us dying while you were trying to fight Sundowner because you had never realized how the controls actually work for Blade mode. And you just struggle bust for 10 to 15 minutes.
But I did it eventually. I never give up. I will smash my face against that brick wall until I need plastic surgery. But I'm getting through there one tooth at a time.
You were killing us in chat. We were struggling to breathe. We were laughing so hard. It was impressive.
I think the 2016 Doom, I did not care for the final. Like I got there and I was like, whatever.
Oh,
Brain.
the Spider Mastermind?
Maybe I can barely. I know I didn't have to retry it. I think I just kind of walked through it, and that was that. After such a good game, I was like, this is kind of big wet fart.
The boss of Dark Ages, I was like, bring it on, bitch. I wasn't like scared of the guy at all because of Doom Slayer.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Assassin's Creed Shadows got an update recently, which added in collabs. You guess what collabs they are?
Ruby.
It's stupid. Ruby might not be as stupid, but it adds in Dead by Daylight and Balatro collabs.
What?
I'm kind of on board for Balatro getting more money.
So the Balatro one is just a trinket for the characters.
That's fine.
That
That's fine. Makes them money.
it gives you a perk that triggers a random affliction effect on combo enders, and that's it. But the Dead by Daylight one's an event. I guess villagers begin to disappear, and then you investigate. To succeed, you will need to master unique mechanics and confront a formidable otherworldly threat. I don't know why they'd be fighting the entity from Dead by Daylight, but it seems kind of stupid.
Dude, that happened. It happened. You don't read your history books?
Dude, another thing. These games are supposed to be historically accurate to an extent. What the f are we fighting Dead by Daylight shit?
Yeah, to an extent, but now that extends to the stratosphere.
Yeah, you guys don't remember? You don't remember Yasuke fighting Hellraiser? Like that was a thing that happened. It's in the ancient texts. They got it on the you know they have like pottery with like stories on the side of it with little cryptograms.
Yeah,
that's there. The cube. It's a cube.
Nobunaga fighting Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons. I remember that.
Oh
that was crazy.
Oh my god! I was just reading this and I was like, "What the f, man?" Like,
is it bad that like that's making Assassin's Creed sound more interesting?
I think it's kind of sad that this is where they had to go with it.
That's all they got, man. Dead by Daylight and Balatro trinkets.
Is it tempting you to get back into it?
No. It really isn't. Like I'd play the game specifically for the game that's already there. I have no interest in these events. Maybe the Balatro one, or just the trinket. But
it's funny. Like thinking back to your review, you're like, yeah, and I really like how like the different characters, like you can hear them speaking different languages too. And then Hellraiser shows up.
Yeah, I don't even, dude. They wouldn't be able to understand him because one side speaks Spanish, the other side speaks Japanese. I think he speaks English.
Oh no, Tsun.
What?
Pain comes in all languages.
Oh, shut up.
Man.
Pull fucking stupid Hellraiser on me.
What's Hellraiser doing to the shrines?
It's violent and sexual. I don't like it.
What are they called again? Cenobites. Yeah, the Cenobites getting freaky.
Yeah, they do. There's one that's made out of DVDs.
It's like their whole thing.
I'm not even playing.
Yeah.
Dude, Japan's gonna be pissed. Like,
why?
Well, remember they already got in trouble before because of the whole desecrating shrines thing.
I don't think it'll go near shrines. They might not.
If you remove the historical authenticity of it entirely, then what's there to be mad about?
Yeah,
I'm just imagining the Japanese government having to make a fucking PSA about the Cenobites.
The prime minister's like, they did what?
You should play it just to tell us what it is. Like if you're fighting samurais and then Michael Myers steps onto the battlefield, like I might be interested.
I don't know in what form are you fighting the entity. Is it sending killers after you? Is it something stupid? Like
you should play it. You have the chance.
I mean, it's already stupid, but I have to reinstall the thing.
I need to hear like how the characters from the game are reacting to any of this happening. like what the excuse is for Michael Myers showing up.
Also, it would require me to play more of the story as well because you have to have Yasuke unlocked. I didn't get that far.
Oh no.
So you don't even like the base game.
I like the base game, it just didn't hold me as well as I thought it would.
All right. Well, they won't have any of those fun characters anyway. Those are all licensed.
Yeah,
you'll get
true.
Like Billy the backwoods
they'll get like
guy.
Yeah,
it's just gonna open up to the visual novel.
A bunch of Sonic
Yeah.
OCs.
What's that one puking one?
Why do we go there?
Because one of the killers pukes on you. I think that's an original one.
Yeah.
It is where we went with it.
Whatever.
What else you got?
Um, here's two games I know I didn't really hear about. Well, okay, I might have heard about one of them, but have you guys ever heard about Mind's Eye?
Nope.
Okay, so
Vaguely.
what caught me about the title of this article, once again, right for shotgun, is the title of it is Sorry Mind's Eye, even with your first actual gameplay trailer, I still don't believe you're a real game. And then the article kind of talks about how like it looks like something you'd see in a TV show. Like that, so they have like a fake video game for someone playing.
This is the one that we saw. Oh god, what event was it revealed on? And then we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be an military shooter or something." And then it immediately turned into like a GTA clone.
Dude,
right?
legitimately,
And we're like, "What the is happening?"
Here, I will post like this video. I'll post it in our chat. But this video shows gameplay and the dude narrating it and everything. I'm just like, this is kind of boring and looks not great.
I mean, I love that we're like in the future in like cyberpunk land, and then we're still going to the ghetto to shoot gang members. Like,
Dude, there's one part in the
we're
video
still
where
going to Los Santos.
there's one part in the video where it shows like a guy gets hit by a bomb and the main character goes to help him, and you have to do like a CPR mini game, like a
Press F
CPR
to
rhythm
revive.
mini game.
Oh, they're going to like space and stuff though. That's pretty cool. There's drones
There's
everywhere.
a bunch of
That's really
different
cool.
like systems, but the narrator,
Oh,
you'll have a
there's some
wider range.
scenes. It's making me think of what's that game that like
Alpha
seemed
Protocol.
like it'd be fun, but it was so boring. No, the one where you hack everything.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, yeah. That was one I had to force myself through.
The first one specifically was like the one most like that.
Yeah.
2 wasn't too bad, and Legion I think was the third one. Legion was all right.
Well, the first one, it was during that time when there was no games for the PlayStation, if I remember right. I had like that and The Last of Us, and
The Last of Us is way
I
better.
already told you. Oh yeah, but like I already told you, I was climbing the ranks in multiplayer Last of Us. Like I was bored. So I played Watch Dogs. I think it was free on PS Plus or something.
It totally could have been, yeah.
And that was a chore.
Cool idea, but unfortunately, like the main characters is really bland in that and stuff.
I don't even
Pierce.
know. It was so surface level, like hack anything by pressing square. Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Your character is almost invincible.
No, Watch Dogs 2 was I found had a lot more like character and personality to it. It was a lot better.
All right. Well, so what's the problem with this game? It looks fake to people.
So it looks like a game you'd see like in like here's a character playing
A
a video
movie.
game in a
Yeah.
show, and that
Yes. I mean, it looks like one of those games that's doing everything.
That too.
It's a
and
cover
the
shooter.
thing is,
It's
it could
got
be
like
it could
building.
be fine.
Of course, it could be fine, but I don't know.
I don't know. I personally, I don't think it's a very strong first showing, but
I mean, it just looks very
generic.
generic.
Yeah.
But then again, I thought Claire Obscure looked generic when I first saw it. So
Which is still crazy to me
Who
because I
knows?
thought it looked super cool.
I will admit I was like, yeah, whatever. But then again, the trailer and the story I thought were two separate games. When I heard the story of the game way back when we talked about it, I was like, that sounds pretty interesting. Then I saw the trailer, not knowing that that's what it was, and I was like, all right, next.
Okay, see, this is cool. Like, I was looking for something unique about it, but they're also showing off at the end that you can. There's custom levels that you can make. That use they give you all the assets for the game, and you can
I see,
create
yeah.
like scripted cutscenes and things that'll happen. So they show like an example of one of their like helicopter drones like flying out of the sky and crashing into the ground. That's pretty cool.
No,
And
that's cool. I like that.
you can make special objectives. You can make like racing maps and puzzles. That's where it can shine a little bit more than just kind of sandboxy shooting game. Especially because
I mean,
like a lot of the gameplay is just the guy's just like walking forward shooting. Like there's no danger.
That's
Like,
a
he
lot of
just
that's a
doesn't
lot of
care.
what's being shown is this some kind of walking forward shooting.
It does look clean.
It does,
looks
yes.
like like the graphics and the explosions and all the stuff happening in the background while you're shooting, like it looks pretty intensive. Honestly, it looks like my PC would explode.
Yeah, I think this is gonna die to GTA 6, but
Yeah,
It really depends. Yeah, when does it come
Well,
out? But
I mean, that comes out in 10 days, right?
does it?
Mind's Eye. Yeah,
No, I didn't see
GTA
the
doesn't
release
come out
date.
until next
it's
year.
got time. Yeah, it's got time.
It's got a full
Yeah, but-
year.
it's a thing. It's got a full year. That's more what I meant. It's like after GTA 6, this is just done.
I mean,
okay.
most single player games are done like within a year.
The last
Oh.
thing. What?
I saw the part where he's doing the chest compressions. That guy's chest has a hole in it.
He got
You
hit.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
he got hit by a locker bomb, dude, and he's trying to see if he
You can't do that.
No, he's
It
trying
will
to
all
get the
come
wound
out of the
out.
hole.
Yeah,
No.
he's getting out the bad blood.
He
So
literally
he
gets
can
hit.
make better
Dude,
blood.
if you rewind,
Quick,
if
get
you
the
rewind,
leeches.
he gets hit by a locker bomb like point blank.
Okay, I think you need to go. Yeah, all right, don't do that. All right, anyway, sorry.
The last thing I had is have you guys ever heard of a game called Kingmakers?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't remember like if we like probably was revealed before, but I forgot about it. Maybe, but
How dare
there
you.
was an early release date trailer, which I posted again. That game looks stupidly fun.
I'm fairly
Yeah,
certain we
well-
talked about it on this podcast, right?
Have we?
yeah, we did.
Oh
we
my
did.
God.
We did talk about this. Yeah, it's basically like medieval times, but you get guns and other stuff.
gun.
He's got a
Yeah,
gun
and
and a
it's-
I
Toyota.
remember this.
It's 4-player co-op, and it looks
I'm.
stupid
When
fun.
does this come out? I want to play this.
I want to play it too.
October.
That's why I was like, okay, the guys might like this, but this might be something we could try playing.
No, I will play this. I am down to save up a little money to get this. This looks stupid and
Because
kind of
apparently, like you get like the modern tech, but you can also do sword and shield and command armies and stuff. I guess.
Yeah,
No,
there's
machine
like
gun.
thousands of soldiers on the
Yeah,
map.
Bill-
AC 130.
You get to build. You get to build up bases and stuff. It looks like
Oh,
When does
the,
it
yeah.
come out? I want to play this.
October.
is it October? Oh yeah, October 8th.
Ah, bitch.
Got plenty of
Alright.
time. Plenty of time to save
I-
up for it.
But I
I'm
saw
gonna-
this.
$5 a month.
I saw this and I was like, whether or not we talked about it before, I didn't think we did, but I guess we did. I was like, I got to see
Alright.
if the guys want to play this because I'm
Not
totally
wish list,
down.
Follow. Why won't it let me take? There
It
you go.
reminds me of those
off.
commercials where like George Washington is like driving like a Dodge Charger or something.
Yeah, I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
Dude, just the idea. It's like you get a big old. You're in the middle of the times. You're fighting, and then these dudes just drive a jeep through your horses.
Yeah, it's the power fantasy. It's that's the kind of game I like. I like the power fantasy. I don't like in Dead by Daylight. I want to be the killer. I don't want to be a little baby boy screaming in the closet. Yeah, I'm down for this.
I totally am too. I had to wishlist it just to make sure.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I suggest everybody like I found that I really like games that are like almost jokes of what video games are, you know? Like Revengeance is that. This is that. Like it like Mecha Wolf. They know their games. Doom, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, just being kind of
Video games.
fun with it. Yeah,
Video games.
it's a nice change of
I
pace.
mean, I
every
also
so
like
often.
other stuff, but no, I mean, I just like that in general. Like, I like a video game that knows it's a video game. You know, it's always
Arma.
a
I
fun
think you
thing.
like Arma.
Oh my
Arma,
God.
the one where you spend all the time running to where things are happening and then you die.
Yeah, it's a video game.
No, it's a simulator. I hate simulators.
I know.
I have a job. No, thank you. All right, y'all got anything else? Or we good there?
I think we're good.
That's everything.
Alrighty, Crab Gang. That was episode 50. We were gonna do something special and then we didn't. So too bad.
I think we still have
Suck on
something
it.
planned, don't we?
Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows? Could be a surprise.
Could be, I guess, at this point. It would be a surprise for all of us.
I mean, next
Hey, you
week
have to
will
keep
be.
checking the channel every day to see.
Yeah, keep leaving likes and comments asking for the 50th episode surprise, and maybe it'll show up in your in your box.
Send Fliz your chicken bake
And
recipes.
then none of this is going to be in the episode. You gotta
No,
find
I'll
the
put it in
you gotta
there.
find the lost
I'll
footage
put
to
it
even
in.
find out.
Lost footage.
If you go back through the last 49 episodes, there's one phrase in each one. You got to find it. Put them all together and it'll unlock the secret.
It turned into like a horror anthology.
Yeah, we're going to turn this into an ARG. We're
ARG.
going there.
That's so much work.
Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Leave a like and a comment, or if you have a message you'd like to send us, hit us up at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. Follow us on X or Blue Sky or whatever. I just post episode updates. I don't post news. I ain't got time for that. Other than that, I think we're good.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good one. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.